remember this golden rule, and most mole questions are going to be very easy for you. And the golden rule, which is just the formula, which is moles equals mass over mr. Now, what is mr? If you don't know mr, you cannot work out the moles. Mr is just the relative formula mass, rfm, of the formula given. Meaning, what does that mean? For example, you have been given H₂O here. What is the mr of H₂O? Is just the mass of each atom inside the molecular formula. So there are two hydrogens. So one hydrogen has a mass of 1, times it by 2, plus there is one oxygen. So the mass of oxygen is 16, and that gives you the total mass of water, total RFM or MR. They both are same thing. For your GCSE, there is a difference, but you don't need to worry about that difference right now. Just remember that you add up the masses of each atom in the formula and you get your RFM value. And to work out the moles, you simply use the mass, which is given in grams. Mass, the unit should be grams, and it's given in grams here. You put that in the formula and you work out the moles. So the first one, what you simply do is, they said 9 gram of H₂O. So you simply do 9 over, so write the formula. In GCSE, they want you to now write, go step by step. Otherwise, you might lose the marks for not writing the steps. So first thing you need to do is to write the formula, which is N equals M over MR. N is just the short representation of moles. M is the mass of the compound or element, whatever it is, and MR is the relative formula mass of the compound. Okay, so simply to work out N, you put 9 over RFM, which is 18, and that will give you the answer as 0.500 moles. I want to reiterate on this point where majority of people lose marks, is that they don't know that while finding out RFM or formula mass, we look at the mass number. And mass number is found, for example, if I show you, this is carbon dioxide. So you want to find out the RFM of it, relative formula mass of it. You simply have to just look at the mass of 1 carbon and 2 hydrogen, and then you can just go to the periodic table, look for carbon. Carbon, the mass is not the small number, but the bigger number, which is 12. Please remember that. You will be given 2 numbers on the periodic table. The bigger number is the mass number, and that is what you add. And that's the major part where people miss the marks if if they're not careful enough. So carbon is 12. So for the second question, I will simply do it here. 12 plus, there are 2 oxygens, so I will do 2 times 16, and that will be giving me 44 as my RFM or MR. Both are the same thing as I told you before. And then you just simply put in N, which is equals to M over MR. So M is given as 88. How do you know? Just look at the question. The mass in grams. Here we go. And just put the MR underneath, which is you just have calculated 44. Okay, so the short form, just write this down in your book while you're watching this video, that N equals M over MR. This must be in grams. This must be from the periodic table. And you use the mass number of each element and add them up together to get the MR. And you put that in the formula. End of the story. So if you remember this, you should be fine. I'm going to do one more, and the remaining you can do it yourself, and they are just easy. I'm just going to do one more, which is third one. It says 1.70 gram of ammonia. So I need to find out the RFM of ammonia. So I will go to, or MR of ammonia. So I will go to nitrogen first in the periodic table. See nitrogen is here. See, look at the big number, which is 14, and I will just use that, and I will look at hydrogen. What is the big number? Or hydrogen has got 1. So I simply put those mass number for the RFM of ammonia, and I will just do this. I will take 14 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1, which is equals to, in total, that will be equals to 17 is the RFM. So once you got the RFM, the mass is given here. You use the formula N equals M over MR, and N equals 1.70 over 17, and that gives you N equals, I'm just going to calculate this as 0.1 moles. Okay, now do the remaining by yourself and tell me if there is any question that doesn't make sense, and I will explain it to you. Thank you very much. I hope this helps. Please message me if you have any question. Always do it in this order, and I think all the time you will get the right answer. Okay. Thank you very much.